Welcome to another episode of Home Front, where we uncover the wonderful world of home visits. That's a Specsavers domiciliary service. Today, though, is about highlighting an opportunity in one of our fastest growing markets in optics and within Specsavers, one of the most flexible and rewarding environments you can work within. Frankly, a great team to be part of. In fact, with an ageing population and more people deciding to stay in their own homes longer, this is a service that is exponentially growing. Today, we want to bring, though, to life the role of the optical advisor. Now, there are no better people to bring this to life than our colleagues. So we have asked two of our amazing colleagues to bring this to life with you today. At the end, though, we'll introduce you to the teams that can help you discover more about the role and how you can join us. Let me introduce you to Leah and Julie from Sheffield. These colleagues really make a difference and certainly are the heartbeat of the business. So welcome to Leah and Julie. Thank you for joining us today and giving us an opportunity to finding out more about the people behind the roles and a taster of what that role involves. The first question must be to ask you to introduce yourselves, telling us what brought you to Specsavers Home Visits and what your roles are. So let's start with you, Leah. Leah, welcome.
Hi, my name's Leah. I work for the Nottinghamshire 2 domiciliary team and I am the supervisor.
So my name's Julie. Hi. I also work for Nottinghamshire 2 domiciliary home visits and I'm a dispensing consultant.
Wow. So with Julie, with your wealth of optical experience covering many areas, what brought you to home visits?
Well, I've worked in optics for a long time. I'd worked for Boots and for an independent and then for Specsavers. I'd worked sort of customer facing, but also I'd worked in the lab and was a in-store lab manager for Specsavers in a store for 13 years. And I wanted to do something different, but still involving optics. Something that wasn't just within four walls, something that was more out in the community and meeting people more and visiting them at home, getting to know them better. Something with more variety.
Great. So, and for you, Leah, what's your background?
So I have been with Specsavers sort of from day dot. I started as an apprenticeship in the Brownhill Specsavers store, and that's when I was 16. And then I went on to work at the Lichfield branch in store again, and then I came along to the domiciliary team where I worked my way up to become supervisor. And yeah, very much the same as Julie. It was very much to have a bit of a variety, a bit of a change, but also to have more of a personal experience with customers, you know, rather than being in the four walls, again, as what Julie has said. It's, you know, being in somebody's home and giving them a personal service that, you know, it's brilliant. Yeah, enjoy it.
So what would be a typical day for you, Julie?
Typical day, well, we have two types of typical day. We've got the typical day where we're going out with an optometrist and we're doing the eye tests. On those days, obviously, we're travelling to people's houses, getting to know them a little bit, right? Chatting to them probably before the optician even arrives, with, you know, taking down medical notes and things like that, and having a look at what sort of glasses they've got. And then the optician does the eye test, and we're there then to help them choose new glasses, do the whole dispense just as you was in store, taking the measurements, etc., and ordering the glasses. And then we have another typical day where we're going out by ourselves to do what we call fitting visits, where we're delivering the glasses that have been ordered, checking how they fit, checking their vision, just making sure that the customer's fully happy with the whole experience with home visits.
Wow, it doesn't sound like you've got a typical day. It sounds like you've got a variety of typical days.
Very, very varied. Yes, absolutely. I love that.
And Leah, you obviously, you know, your days involve a little bit more. If you're a supervisor, is there anything you would be doing differently to the optical assistant?
So mine more so is that, you know, I've got my team that I sort of supervise. I'm there for support if they need me on Teams chats, down the phone, whenever they need me with it, I'm there. My day is more so that I'm on the road for 4 days and then I'm in the office on a Friday to be able to help with the managerial side of things. But yeah, very much so that during a day-to-day, I do take the optical assistant role from Monday to Thursday. But as I've said, I do end up just being there for support when anybody needs me.
Okay, so you're a supervisor, but you're a real hands-on supervisor. You're great. What do you love about the role, Julie, in particular?
Well, I do love the variety. It's not within four walls. You're visiting different places, different areas. We cover quite a large area. We cover sort of Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, East Lincolnshire. So you're visiting different places. No 2 days are ever the same. No two visits are ever the same, because you're going into some house. One's different, obviously. They've got different optical needs. Some people have got obviously disabilities, and we're helping them to sort of overcome disabilities with their vision and things like that. So it's helping to improve people's everyday life, really.
Oh, so look, for someone who hasn't worked in home visits and the home visit role, and may have been based in a store environment before, can you bring to life the differences that there will be between sort of a store and home visits?
I would say you get a lot more independence. You know, you're sort of out there. You are sort of, I'd say, lone working, but I wouldn't let that scare people off, because you have got everybody down the end of the phone. But it is, you know, you're out and about. You're seeing different places, different people. You know, you are having a lot more of a variety of different jobs that you're doing. You're not just doing this one job. And I think when you're out on the road, you are, you know, you are feeling a lot more like you're managing your own day. You've got your own sort of, everybody's their own little manager in a way, and it's lovely.
So you know, whereas in a store you can go upstairs or just get on the phone and ring somebody and say, can you help me there? So out in the field, is that support, that support must be critical for you out there. So you've always got that support at the end of the phone or wherever you need it.
100%. We've got a lot of different ways that we can get in contact with each other.
Okay.
You've got Microsoft Teams, you've got WhatsApp, we contact over the phone. We've got, you know, Messenger, anything. You can contact someone whenever you need them. So they're only at the end of the phone.
Okay, Julie, to most people, we associate home visits with perhaps the older generation, but in reality, whilst that might be a large percentage, you actually see a much wider range of customer, don't you?
We do, yeah. I mean, we do see obviously quite a lot of elderly people, but it's not all elderly people. Sometimes it's people who have a different type of medical condition. They might have Parkinson's, or they might have a disability physically from an accident. We see all age groups, to be honest. We do see people who maybe have autism, learning disabilities. So again, that can be younger people as well that still need that service, that can't go to the opticians, to the store.
What's the youngest person that you've looked after?
I mean, we have seen children under 16
Okay.
with autism, learning disabilities, things like that. That wouldn't be able to have a regular sight test at store, that need a more relaxed environment in their own home. So yeah, we've even seen children.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a very big range of people. I mean, the youngest I've seen, I think, was a 4-year-old, and then the oldest is 105. So there's a massive range of people that we go and see, definitely.
Okay, so it's not stereotypical. You cover the whole range.
Definitely.
Now I hear about the impact that our teams have on customers' lives every day, and you must have some lovely stories that hopefully you can share some examples of where you have left knowing you have made that difference that day. Does anybody come to mind, Julie?
Well, there's one lady that I've been to see a couple of times. She's had some health issues relating to kidneys, cancer. She's also got diabetic problems with her eyes and things like that. But we were able to improve her vision with different glasses. And she does the sort of like crystal art pictures. Her family ordering big packets of all different coloured crystals, and they take a photograph, like a special occasion, like a family wedding, or a picture of her grandchild or something like that, and they send it off and get it made into a picture that she can then stick these little tiny crystals onto to bring it to life, and then they frame them. So she needs good vision to be able to see to do that. She individually glues all these little crystals onto the picture to bring it to life. So it's made a big difference to her being able to see to do that activity. It's not always just for people to be able to see the television or read. It's different activities as well that they want to do.
That must release so much stress for these individuals that are probably in their own homes, don't have the opportunity to venture out. And really and truly, other than just sitting there watching television, they can get on with some of the, I don't know, some of those hobbies that we will take for granted that they can invest their time in, and just helps them relax and spend that quality time of the day. What about you, Leah? Do you have anybody that you can think of?
I've got one gentleman who was actually a band performer in the RAF, and he played for the Queen. Yeah, he had quite a few different medals. He had a wall full of medals that we went to go and see. He showed them all off, and he was yeah, very, very lovely gentleman. And he actually played the trumpet for us, which you can actually find on LinkedIn, where we did share that video out with everybody. And yeah, I mean, he needs to read his music. So for him to be able to read his music, for us to go out and do an eye test at home, even though he can't get out, he still enjoys doing his music. So, and he needed to read his music. So we went out to an eye test, and yeah, we managed to sort of help him so he could carry on performing, even though he's 89 years of age.
Well, that's emotional stuff, and those stories like that, I'm sure that every group of ours that are out there, they've got their own individual customers that they just warm to. So that's real emotional. However, on top of delivering that wonderful service, you have careers, and no doubt you are looking to develop. In Specsavers, we really invest in our teams. So what's next for you, Julie? And what support do you get if you want to go to the next level?
Yeah, definitely. There is support there. It's very similar to in-store, really. We have one-to-one personal development reviews. You are actively encouraged to say if there is any other sort of courses that you want to do, any training that you feel you want to do, if you're wanting to sort of follow a management path. There's the opportunity to discuss that and take that sort of opportunity if you want to. Yeah.
And for you, Leah?
Yes, so like, personally, my progression is to sort of go to on pathways eventually. I do want to become a director of the business at some point. And as Julie said, it is very, if not, I think it's identical to what it is in store. The progression is there, and everybody's got the opportunity to do it. It's not each individual person is made to feel different. Everybody's got the opportunity. You can either take the managerial route, the optic route, to become an optician or a dispensing optician. You've got the route also to actually go down the audiology route as well. So there is a very big wide range of what route you can take.
So there's career, there's opportunity, and it's all done in a very compassionate sort of way as well. And I think that compassion is probably a key element of most people that will be in the home visit service. It might be cliche to say, but you guys seem like one big happy family. Is it all work, or is there time to socialise as well?
Oh, we definitely socialise. Yes, we've had some social occasions. Yes.
And of course, we don't do weekends.
And we don't do weekends either. No. So obviously, not only have you got with our team, but also with our actual own families, we can spend the time with them because we get our weekends and bank holidays off. So it's a massive perk of the job, definitely.
So no late nights, no weekends. That's got to be a winner.
Definitely.
Well, thank you. So, to be honest about it, when you've heard from Leah and Julie, who I hope that you may be very interested in exploring a career in your own right. There's certainly lots of opportunities. It's certainly very flexible, and there's a lot of diversity in the customers that we see. So I'd like to thank you, Leah. Thank you, Julie. And
thank you.
I'll let you get back to your important job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Well, I hope you enjoyed our interview there with the two optical assistants. Now, there is no better way to get a feeling for an organisation or business than to listen and talk to its colleagues. We pride ourselves in Specsavers on our values and our teamwork, and I hope Leah and Julie brought that to life for you. So, the one thing we haven't talked about, though, is the package and the benefits, and that can differ by business and region. However, I'll now hand you over to our expert, Laura Adams, who can guide you through a top-level view of the packages and also how you can go about registering your interest and potentially joining us in our home visit business. Laura is totally focused on supporting optical assistant recruitment in home visits. Her personal warmth and understanding of the sector is vitally important when coaching individuals through that interview process. So let me hand you over to Laura, who'll give you a little more background and the next steps for you to follow. And if we have whet your appetite, then jump at the opportunity. Over to you, Laura.
Thanks, Jerry. As Jerry mentioned, my name is Laura Adams and I'm the clinical partner to the domiciliary directors across the UK and Northern Ireland. My main responsibility is to support the directors to attract and secure new talent into their areas of business, such like Julie and Leah have done. But what is equally important to me is about the caring, honest and professional approach that I also have with all my candidates. Like, I love my job. I really care about what I do. So as Jerry mentioned, what are the benefits of joining home visits? So salary is one of the biggest factors that people consider when they're thinking about moving jobs. And in domiciliary, the average starting salary is anything between £20,000 and £21,000, but it can be up to £24,000 in some areas. Overall packages can be in excess of £28,000 to £30,000, which includes benefits such as your company car or a car allowance. And with your car allowance, obviously that can help to pay for your own car if perhaps you don't need another car in the family. Also some of the partners offer bonuses too, and your bonuses can range from anything from £100 a month to £250 a month. So that's kind of between £1,200 and £3,000 extra in your salary every year for literally doing your job. I'm sure this would help to pay off some of your bills or maybe pay for a lovely holiday. You can do with it what you like. We also offer some amazing welcome bonuses across the UK, and these bonuses are sort of values of between £1,000 and £4,000 across selected partnerships. I mean, where else would you find that kind of amazing financial incentive to start a new job? As though that's not enough, we also work Monday to Friday, so there's no more trying to get a Saturday or Sunday off to go out with friends or perhaps attend a wedding. Imagine being able to work set days every week so that you know that you can make plans and that your sort of rotas and days of work don't change. It's really helpful when you know what you're doing every week when you're trying to plan things with family and friends. We also actively encourage part-time and full-time applicants. So if you want to work certain days, we can try and work round about that for you. All you need to do is get in touch. Some people are also concerned about moving from, if they're coming from an optics background, perhaps moving from store into domiciliary. How does that work? Because it is quite different. But the reality is that all of our partners offer full training on domiciliary processes, and they'll also give you ongoing support. So you're not allowed to go out and do clinics or start doing your clinics on your own until you're completely comfortable with what you're doing. So don't worry about that. We've got that covered. I think one of the other things is the massive job satisfaction that we've got in domiciliary, knowing that you've helped some of the pretty sort of vulnerable patients. Just by being there, having a chat with them and brightening up their day is absolutely priceless. And I hear that time and time again from the candidates that I keep in touch with. So ideally, what are we looking for? So if you're like Julie or Leah and you've worked in store or perhaps worked in a lab before, or maybe you've worked for another domiciliary business and want some honest advice and support when looking for an alternative role in optics, I can help you with all of that. You just need to get in touch, and you can do that by email, phone, mobile, or on LinkedIn. And don't worry if you haven't got a CV or you haven't done an interview in years. My interviews are pretty relaxed and informative. All applications are dealt with in the strictest of confidence, so you don't have to worry if you already work for Specsavers and maybe don't want your manager to know. We can put your application through anonymously. We would rather retain talent in the Specsavers group than stand to lose your skills and experience. If you haven't come from an optics background, people of a caring nature, maybe you come from care background, or maybe you're a parent or a carer who's looking to return to the workplace after a break in employment. As I mentioned, we can also offer comprehensive training on optics and support you so that your next career move is a positive experience and one that you can feel supported in and confident in taking. Changing jobs doesn't need to be scary or stressful. It can be exciting and much less of a worry than you think. As the girls mentioned, this is not just about patients or customer service or sales. It's so much more than that. Think about the impact that you can have on someone's life by enabling them to see the TV clearly again, or being able to break up their day by them being able to pick up a book that has been gathering dust on a side table because they haven't been able to read it properly in months. Some patients haven't been able to leave the house in a while, and as a direct result of you visiting them means they can now perhaps go for a walk, they can visit family again, or even nip to the shops to pick up their own shopping. Giving our patients some of their independence back is an immense feeling. This kind of positive impact on lives of our patients is what the feel-good factor is really all about. We never underestimate the value in the service we provide here at Specsavers, and neither should you. So what's next? How do you apply? As I mentioned, very simple. Get in touch with me and I can guide you through the opportunities that we have across the UK and Northern Ireland. I'm here to kickstart your career. I'm here to offer you advice and give you an honest and open appraisal of everything that is domiciliary. It's really that simple. Hope to hear from you all soon.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, Laura. Well, thank you to Leah, Julie, and of course, Laura. We hope we brought to life the role and also the next steps. Whether you're an optical assistant on the high street looking for something different, or perhaps you're wanting to change careers and have that inner passion and compassion for wanting to do something that is personally rewarding. Or maybe you're at the start of your career and not sure which direction to go in. Or perhaps you even work in care and want something different. Why not take the opportunity to explore further your options locally? We hope many of you will grab the opportunity to join us as part of the Specsavers brand that we are very proud of, and one that the owners refer to as the key part of Specsavers' future. So don't delay, get in touch. Look out for more episodes of Home Front Stories where we'll explore other roles and features that create this amazing career opportunity, where we take the Specsavers compassion and services right into people's homes. For now, take care.